Hello, friends. Let us try to understand about our memory. So, we have some strategies for making a sharper mind. In this presentation, we are going to learn about discovery of our science-backed techniques to enhance our memory and transform the way we learn, remember, and recall information. Whether you are studying for exam, preparing for presentations, or simply want to remember names and faces better, this proven strategy will really help you build a stronger and reliable memory. So first thing you have to understand, why do we forget? And it's absolutely normal to forget. It isn't a flaw. It's actually a feature of our brain. Imagine thousands and thousands of pieces of information entering through your senses. If you remember all of it, our brain will be overwhelmed. So it prioritizes. Whatever is important, it keeps. Whatever is not, it just forgets it. That's good for you. If you forget things, that's normal. So brain is constantly filtering information to prevent cognitive overload and maintain mental efficiency. So forgetting is normal. Okay, fine. So there should not be any confusion. Mental clutter is should not be there. That's why whatever seems to be irrelevant, we forget that. And that is what our memory is about. We have short-term memory, then we have a long-term memory. Now, short-term memory holds the information for some time, few seconds, and then forgets it. It has limited capacity. But there is something called as long-term memory, which has a storehouse of information and it is never forgotten. If you can make meaningful connections between the pieces of information, then you can remember, recollect it, recall it, and use it when you like. Emotional power. Strong emotions create powerful, lasting memories. This is why we remember emotionally charged events. For example, your birthday. Some, if you see a movie and it moves you emotionally, you can't forget that. Special functions, your marriage, you don't forget that because you have a lot of emotions related to it. Now, let's come to the strategies. Number one, make it meaningful. Whatever you're learning, new information, make it meaningful. Why it is important? Why are you learning it? How it relates to your life? So, most important memory strategy is creating meaningful connections. Now, remember, our brain has a lot of information, and when it can relate the new information to the old, we make connections in our brain. Our brain remembers better when it is tied to existing knowledge rather than stored as isolated facts. So how to apply it? Connect new information, what you already know. Build bridges between the concepts. Translate complex concepts in your own words. So you hear a concept, write it down in simpler language. Teach it to someone. Link new names of the people that you already know with the same names which you know. So create stories that weave multiple facts together. So if you have five things to remember, so make a story out of it. So take any five items, write them down, and make a story about it. Blow up the things out of proportion. That will help you to remember the words easily. Research shows meaningful information is significantly easier to remember than random facts. When you understand the why behind information, you create multiple pathways for retrieval. Okay, so your brain stores information in networks. It connects the things. Multiple access points should be there. So retrieval becomes easy. Now let us take random things. Potato, tomato, okay, pencil. So if we have a very big potato and it is sitting on a tomato and potato is writing something with pencil. Potato can't write, but I'm just making this story up. So make an absurd story so that you can remember it. So first is potato, then tomato, and then pencil. So make a list of 20 things and make a story like this, and you can easily remember those things. Now, strategy two is power of mnemonics. So mnemonics are memory devices that transform the abstract information into a memorable one. So these techniques have been used since ancient times. It's not new. So first is acronym. So VIBGYOR, 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 or you can say Roy G. Biv. So these are the colors of the rainbow. Then acrostics. So sentences where the first letter of each word represent information. Every good boy does fine. So musical notes, that is E, G, B, D, F. I remember one. My very educated mother just showed us 9 planets. Earlier there were 9 planets. So my Mercury, Venus, very educated. Earth, Mother, Mars, just Jupiter, showed Saturn, us, Uranus, 9, Neptune, planets, Pluto. Pluto was considered to be a planet earlier. So you can remember the information by making such shortcuts, acronyms, acrostics. Then memory palace. Visualize familiar places, your home, and mentally place the information in a specific location. Walk through the space to retrieve information. This is a Greek technique. It's a used by memory champions even today. It's a great technique. So what you have to do is mentally make a palace, your home, or any other palace. It can be your home, and go inside mentally and keep things or information at a particular thing in visual form, and you can retrieve it. As you get inside mentally, you remember these words, those things, that piece of information very easily. The mnemonic images create vivid, exaggerated mental pictures. I told you, link it to emotion and blow it out of proportion. So it becomes memorable. Now, strategy 3 is practice makes perfect. This is what you have learned in school. The tables, for example, we keep on practicing them and we remember the tables. Memory isn't just one-time event. We need to strengthen it to strategic practice. So two powerful techniques stand out for this proven strategies. So, so study calendar is there. Make a calendar and practice it again and again. Now, fuel your brain. So your brain is energy intensive organ. It requires a lot of fuel. So eat good food. Nutrition is very important. Good sleep is important. So vitamin D, K, B, all these vitamins, they're present in foodstuffs. Research a little bit which foodstuffs have this and take them regularly. Flavonoids. So vegetables, berries, apples, oranges, they help you to think sharper. Then 5 days ago, so aim at least 5 servings of colorful foods. That will really be helpful. So brain uses 20% of the energy and it's only 2% of the body weight. So see how important brain is. So strategy 5, move it or lose it. Use it or lose it. So you have to use yourself, okay, your brain, your body. Physical exercise. Now remember, those who want to do a mental work, they're told to do physical work. Physically, they need to be active. That leads to blood circulation, improves blood circulation in the brain. So those who do mental work, they're told to exercise a lot. Those who exercise a lot, they're told to do mental rehearsing of the sports events. So mind and body are connected. Exercise boosts brain cell communication and actually increases the size of the memory controlling brain regions. Physical activity is increasing the blood flow, I told you. Adults with high fitness levels are 88% likely, less likely to develop dementia. Even moderate exercise like brisk walking makes it significant difference. Then mental exercise, engage your mind with puzzles, reading, learning new skills. Okay, keep learning new things, a new language, a new instrument, new information. Reading the books is the best thing that you can do. That really helps you to improve your brain power. Your brain benefits from most activities that are outside your comfort zone. So learn new language, take up instruments, solve unfamiliar puzzles. That is mental stimulation. Now, strategy 6 is importance of sleep and stress management. I told you about sleep. It's very important to take 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That helps us to establish long-term connection. That I told you, permanent memory, long-term memory, subconscious mind, that is strengthened. Information from conscious mind goes to subconscious mind when we sleep. Connection of the information that we have learned becomes strong when we sleep. Sleep is very important. And stress management. When you are in stress, you can't take better decisions. Your memory fails you. So your mind should be calm. Before the exam, calm yourself. Meditate for 5 to 10 minutes and then write your paper. Now, from chaos to clarity, mastering your memory. Transform your memory from scattered and unreliable to organized and dependable. The journey from feeling overwhelmed to achieving mental clarity requires consistent application of these strategies. The results are worth the effort. So, what you can do? Build a strong memory isn't about magical technique. You have to do these things. So, choose any two to three strategies and use them. Make it a part of your lifestyle. Track your progress, write down what you've done. Okay, keep track, practice daily, and add techniques gradually. There are many techniques. You can see many videos, read a lot of books related to memory, and consistently apply it. Write down, take one by one, step by step, and start implementing. A sharper memory is achievable with practice and right techniques. Thank you very much.